Hey everybody, happy Thanksgiving.
Hi there, hope you had a good one.
Well, we're back. We're back from Portugal, and Portugal was great.
It was wonderful. Loved the people, the place. Interesting things to see.
Yeah, beautiful country, as Judy says, beautiful people, good food, good wine. But we're back. We're back home. We're excited about being back home and continuing this series on anxiety sucks. What a stupid title.
It really does.
But it's true. Anxiety sucks. You know, do you wake up in the morning saying, "Hey, I'm so happy. I can't wait to be anxious." You don't do that. You want to get on with the day and feel okay about it. But anxiety is something that we suffer from, and this series is a kind of a probe or an attempt to let you know 10 ways that human beings make themselves miserable. We have done 2. We did taking things personally.
Yes.
That seems to be a big one. And ruminating. Ruminating, just not getting it out of your mind, playing the problem, the regret, or the resentment over and over again until you're just losing time, okay? Valuable time. So today, the misery action, the habit of misery, is comparing yourself to others.
The habit of misery. I like that.
Habits, right. Do you compare yourself to others?
On occasion, I do. I almost always regret it. But yes, it's very tempting, of course, right? But the thing about it is, I always compare myself to people who I think are doing it better than me. I never compare myself to people who I think, you know, don't have it together or are struggling. That, you know, which I think is a big part of the issue. We almost always compare ourselves to people we think are doing better in some regard.
I think I do that too. I rarely compare myself to someone who's less good looking than me, has less money, less educated, has a different kind of car. When I compare, it's inevitably that person has more.
So then what do you end up with when you have that kind of comparison, inevitably?
I don't like it. I feel jealous. I feel angry. I feel, what about me? What about me? Why don't I have it? It's like a little kid.
That's charming.
It's not charming
at
all.
That is not attractive. Not attractive.
Stop it, boss.
No.
Stop it. It really,
no, you almost always will end up with feeling bad about yourself, like you're not good enough in one way or the other.
I think that's the key. The cost of comparing yourself to others, which is just a bad habit that causes you misery, then what you end up with is, I'm not good enough. And then you believe it. I'm not good enough. And then you go into competition. Or putting the other person down. Or making the other person fail. Or getting back.
You do that?
No, I don't do that. I don't do any of that. No. But I definitely know that feeling. And it's inevitable. It just kind of pops in my head. I don't think I'm going to wake up today and compare myself to others. But sometimes it just pops in my head. I'm aware of it. So I think that's really key. Number one, it's about you ending up not feeling good about yourself. There's something wrong with you. But you have to notice the miserable habit of comparing yourself to others. Right.
So in a way, be able to stand outside and observe yourself at the same time. And label it, oh, look what I'm doing. I'm comparing myself to so-and-so.
I think all the habits we're talking about, the 10 habits of making ourselves miserable, requires noticing. I'm taking it personally. I'm ruminating. Oh, I'm comparing myself to David. I'm comparing myself to that person over there. What's that about? And just stop and pause and don't make a big deal out of it. It's a normal behavior, normal habit human beings do.
Well, yes, I think it is. I think the human mind almost always goes to comparison.
So let's take a look at what can you do to get out of that.
Well, that would be helpful.
Wouldn't that be helpful?
It would.
All right. So number one, we talked about it. Stop giving power to others. You give power away to others when you make them better than you. They have something, therefore they're better than you. Or if you feel yourself saying, I'm not good enough, you're giving power away. That's what creates the competition and the anger, that feeling. that they've done something to you. You may not be aware of that thought, but I think that's underneath what's underneath it. What do you think about that? Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I never thought about it as giving your power away, but I think that may be a helpful way of thinking about it, because why would we want to do that?
Yeah, I want my power back. So how can we do that? You can recognize, number 2, you're playing the game of not good enough. Okay. And 3, I think this is really key. Ask yourself, what's important to you? What's important to you? What do you want to get accomplished? What's a goal? It could be a personal fitness goal, it could be a work goal, it could be a relationship goal, a health goal. You need to get focused out of I'm not good enough based upon comparing yourself to others. You need to focus on yourself.
Okay.
And what
I think
you
you're
want.
also talking about something else which has come up before, which is the need to take action.
Good.
Not to be in your head.
Right, exactly.
But to be doing things out in the world.
Yeah, so maybe one way of getting to action is to ask yourself, what do you want? Because one is a desire, it's an energy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hungry, it's good, eat bite something. Oh, I want to finish the book I'm working on. Oh, well, that's too big. That's a big goal. So I could say, I want to do some work on the book I'm working on. I think I like to work on the introduction. Maybe I'll do that today. I'll give some thought to it. I'll give it a
But
first
again,
draft.
you're getting out of your head.
Exactly.
Right, because comparison is happening inside your head. It's not happening any other place.
And it doesn't take you anyplace.
Quite.
Okay. So the key is get out of your mind and do something. You can do something for distraction, but you also could do something based upon what do you want, what's important to you. And that will kind of increase your dopamine, your serotonin, the feel-good hormones. Like I'm in action, I'm doing something, and right away, you cannot keep these 2 contradictory thoughts in your mind at the same time, comparing yourself to others and doing what you want.
True.
So you got to choose.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Good. I also like the idea of the law of Kaizen, Kaizen.
Doing one little thing toward your goal.
Yeah, doing one little thing towards your goal. Take small steps. We've talked about the question, how do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time.
How do you eat anything?
Look, we had a turkey dinner. So much food was there. And I looked at it, I said, oh, and I looked at one of my cousins. I said, oh my God, look at that. That plate is full. Looks like that person has starved for the last 5 years and put a tray of food 6 inches high. I couldn't cope with that. I looked at, I think
you couldn't cope with someone else's plate?
I was comparing myself. Well, pretty hidden. But that may not be a great analogy, but small bites, one action at a time, leading you towards a desired goal. Small actions taken on a regular basis over time will produce big results. That is a key antidote to comparing yourself to others.
Thank you for that.
Anything else you want to say?
No, you said a lot.
Okay, I think that's it, folks. So happy Thanksgiving. And we're going to do a little food shopping. We have some family coming over for a lunch. We're looking forward to that. So good to be back.
Have a great week.
Bye-bye.